welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we are playing with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk collection. I picked up some of the new things, I have some old things to compare it to, so if you're interested in seeing that, just stay tuned. Hey everyone, so at the moment I have nothing on my face except for my brows done. I'm going to use a couple of products before we go ahead and get started, complexion products, and I won't walk you through them, but I'll show you what my face looks like without them, and then I'll show you what they look like with them. First, I have the Magic Away Liquid Concealer. I have this in shade 2, Fair, so I'm going to use that on my skin. I have the Hollywood Flawless Filter, also in 2. I have a little travel one, which is absolutely adorable, which I'm going to use. And then I'm going to use the Light Wonder Foundation. I have it in 2 shades. I have it in 2 Fair and 3 Fair. I'm not sure what shade I'm going to be anymore. I'm probably 2, well, we'll see what happens. It could be 2 or it could be 3. I'll tell you when I'm done. Then we will jump to me having that on. And then I'll talk a little bit about those products after you see them on my face. So, 1 second. Okay, so this Magic Away concealer has died. I have to get a new one. So that's being tossed. It's a little dry. So if my under eyes look a little bit dry, I think it's okay. But it's not the fault of the concealer, it's the fault of me for keeping it that long. The Light Wonder, I used the 2 Fair. The thing about Charlotte Tilbury and her foundations, and Light Wonder, my hair's all over the place today. Light Wonder I actually like. It's a very tinted moisturizer kind of look. The 2 Fair is the right, and I think it's the right shade for me, given my coloring right now. But the 3 Fair is cooler, and the same thing happened with the new Charlotte Tilbury foundation. And I'll show you on the back of my hand. It's the same issue. I need like a 1 cool or a 2 cool maybe. So you can see, there's the 2, there's the 3. The 2 is the right intensity, but it's too yellow, and the 3 is the right undertone, but it's a little too deep. So the same is true with the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin foundation. I really like the foundation. The foundation feels really nice on the skin, but I just don't have a right shade. In this formula, it's not as apparent. I use the 2 Fair, and although, like I said, it's not quite the right undertone, because it's a translucent tinted moisturizer kind of finish, it's not as noticeable. In the other foundation, which again I love, the Beautiful Foundation, I don't have a shade that matches exactly, so that's why I didn't use that today. Okay, so let's talk about the new products, the Pillow Talk products. And I also have on the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I just have it like through here and through my cheeks. I actually love this stuff. I have a couple of different ones. I have it in 2 Fair on today. Okay, so the products that I picked up that were new are, and I have the boxes here, the Pillow Talk Multi Glow, a beautifying all over glow highlighter, which I have to say, love the packaging on this. Absolutely, I think stunning. If my camera would focus, there we go. Yeah, I really like that. I wish she did more of this packaging. And I think the embossing and the cushion is really cute. I like the way that was done. This is the lighter version. I didn't pick up the deeper version for obvious reasons. Then we have the Pillow Talk Dreams Luxury Palette eyeshadow. And I have the other eyeshadows, so I'll compare them to this one. But this is what Dreams looks like. I did take this on one of my trips. Did use it. I really like it. So we'll talk about that. I do have a sample of the Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes mascara. I'll use that today. I'm not a big fan of her Push Up Lashes mascara. It's not the mascara. It's the wand. Don't like the wand. Just don't. Her wands. Different type wands. I have like all of them. These are some of my favorite products of all time. If they're still available at Sephora or they're available at Charlotte Tilbury, even if they're not on sale, seriously recommend picking these up. They are fantastic. They're out of stock all the time. when you see them in stock, buy them. If you're interested in a contour or highlighter, I'm telling you, these are excellent, and I use them all the time. The contour wand is in light to medium. This is sold out all the time. And then I have a bunch of highlighters. I have, let's see, this is Peachgasm. I think this is Pinkgasm. Yes, this is Spotlight. This is Pillow Talk. And then I did pick up Pillow Talk Medium. So I'll show you what that looks like because I didn't have that one. And I figured, why not? The only one that I don't have now is Glowgasm. No, Goldgasm. I don't have Goldgasm just because I don't really like a gold highlighter. And I don't have the deep contour because I just wouldn't use that. Yeah, I just wouldn't. So I also ordered my highlighter from Marae at Nordstrom, and she sent a bunch of little gifts, which was very sweet. And I wanted to show you just two things that, one of the reasons I love shopping with Marae, not just because Marae is awesome, but she always gives me like little gifts, which I can use for travel. And there's a little Charlotte Tilbury mini, this is the Eye Rescue, I think. Yeah, Magic Eye Rescue, which is great for travel, again, like especially when I'm traveling like with a bag on and I can only bring a certain amount of liquid and cream products. That's great. And then the cutest thing I've ever seen, seriously, is the Airbrush Flawless Finish. This is micro powder. I gotta show you this little compact. It's just, look at it. Look at it. It is the tiniest little compact. Shade 1. Look at it. Look at it. It's like a little doll size. And I love it. And I'm going to take it with me on travel. So anyway, sorry, I had to show you that. So we're going to use all the Pillow Talk products today. I also have the Pillow Talk Lip and Cheek Glow. I have this in Color of Dreams. This came out, wow, was it last year? I can't even remember. I think it was like last year. Color of Dreams, and then the other one, which I've forgotten the name of. This is the lighter one. And then it disappeared. It was gone. And so she reintroduced this and the deeper shade, which again, I can't remember the shade. So I'll use that again. So it's not new. I've had it for a while, but she did reintroduce it with the deeper shade. And I do like that product. I think it's a good product. In regards to bronzer, today I'm going to use the Nudegasm Face Palette, which is actually one of my favorite Charlotte Tilbury products of all time. Really like this. This is a great contour for a fair-skinned person, and a really nice bronzer. I won't use the highlight and highlighting blush today because I have the wands to use and I want to use those. On my lips, I'm going to use Pillow Talk. Which Pillow Talk, I don't know yet. We'll get there when we get there. I just want to compare this Dreams Pillow Talk to the Pillow Talk Luxury Palette and then the Fire Rose. The Fire Rose is the one that's kind of the unicorn of Charlotte Tilbury quads. I don't have the Pillow Talk, you know, I think it's 12 pan. Yeah, I think it's 12 pan. Like the long ones, I don't have that one. But I do have the quad. So I will swatch the new one and then I'll swatch it against the others. All right, so let's do the new one first. Generally, when I talk about Charlotte Tilbury, I like Charlotte Tilbury because it's good for a lot of different people. A lot of people who want, you know, an everyday look that could be amped up. That's how I describe most of Charlotte Tilbury's stuff. Not super pigmented, but not, you know, super soft. It kind of falls in this middle ground, which is why I think, you know, it took off so much, because you can do a really enhanced dramatic look with it, but it's also good for every day. And a lot of her stuff would be considered, quote, everyday makeup, which I think appeals to a lot of people, appeals to me. So I don't think that's bad. Sometimes her palettes, at least in the beginning, her eyeshadow palettes were, I'd say, lackluster. This is the Pillow Talk Luxury palette. And so like her first couple of eyeshadow quads that I bought, I was kind of like, well, they're nice, but they weren't spectacular. What they were, though, were really easy to use. Like, they were color stories, they were easy to figure out, they went on well, and they were all coordinated. Like, she had stuff that would say, These are for green eyes. These are for blue eyes. These are for brown eyes. And that's really nice when you're not really sure, you know, what you should do. It makes it easy for people. And I think that was a big selling point for her. So here's the new one, and here's the luxury palette. I think you can see the new one is more intense, has more pigment to it. Very pretty. Now let's show you the Fire Rose. The Fire Rose was out last year. Everything is just blurring together, guys. Or was it 2020? I can't remember now. But anyway, it was out for like 5 seconds. I'm not even joking. It was just gone. And I don't even remember how I got it. Like I don't buy everything Charlotte Tilbury, so it's not like a Dior product where I buy it regardless. So I don't know how I ended up getting it, but I ended up getting it. And it is my favorite Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow quad. It just is. It's very pigmented. It's very shimmery. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. The formula in here is more intense than any of her others, and that's Fire Rose. Now, I think you can see though, with this one and this one, with the Dreams, they are similar. Not as intense, but similar. So all of these share a very similar color story. Fire Rose has this shade though, this magenta, very pigmented, very silky matte that none of the other ones have. And it also, this bronze shade is just a beautiful satin. And the others don't really have that. Like they have a brown shade, but these are mattes. This is a satin, and it's a beautiful satin. I mean, it's a beautiful bronze. So it is different. It's not the same formula as the Fire Rose, but it is more pigmented than the luxury Pillow Talk. And it is slightly different in color story, but Fire Rose is still my favorite. All right, so let's put on a little bit of bronzer. Like I said, I'm gonna use the Nudegasm. And my hair looks like this because I didn't have a chance to blow it out, and I went to bed with it like how it looks naturally, and it looked fine before I went to sleep, and then when I woke up it looks like this. So this is what we got for now. And you know, if I was just doing this channel and this was my job, I would probably fix it before I came on, but you know, this is not. So it's the best I can do. You just have to go with like the best you can, like the best you can do at the time. All right, so let's take a little bit of the cheek. I'm just gonna use a little bit of this. And like I said, this is in Color of Dreams. I'll put a little bit on my hand for you. I really like this product, and I like the shade. I use this one a lot, and I've used it a lot in just my day-to-day. I don't talk about it a lot because it hasn't been available, and I don't know. I go back and forth between showing you things that I really like that you might not be able to get because I know people want to see them, but then also this feeling like, well, yeah, I can't get that, and unless I can dupe it, I don't know. I just think that's kind of I think that's kind of mean. I think I can dupe this now with one of the Chanels, but I don't think it's as pigmented. It's close. Let me see. Here's Cheeky by Westman Atelier. This one's as pigmented, but the shade's not the same. It's similar, but not the same. The Rare Beauty, I don't have anything that's that shade. This is the Chanel one I was thinking. Let me see. This one might be close. Close, okay. So now we've got one in Chanel that I think is close to it, which is good, because then I can wear it and be like, if you want one that's similar and it's not available on Charlotte Tilbury, you can get the Chanel. So this shade is, this is 3 Vital Beige right here. So this is 3 Vital Beige. This is the new one from Charlotte Tilbury. Well, not new, but it was her reintroduction of Color of Dreams. And here is Cheeky by Merit Beauty. But these two are very, very similar. The Chanel has a little bit more brown in it, but they're very close. Very, very close. So I'd say if you're interested in the Color of Dreams or the Vital Beige, those are the two that I think look pretty close to one another. Have that look on the cheek. It's a really nice flushed look. It's deep enough that you could do, I think, medium skin tone, but on a fair skin tone like myself, it looks just like flushed and healthy. Okay, so this is the Pillow Talk Multi Glow Beautifying All Over Glow Highlighter. Romance Light, 24-month shelf life once it's opened. It's a powder product, so, you know, should last longer. You've got the cushioning, the tufting, which I love. I think that's great. And now I'm gonna ruin it. Okay, so let me show you how each one of these shades looks, and then we can blend them. So here's the white shade, the white highlighter, and I'm not gonna rub them in. I'm just gonna put it on the back of my hand so you can see them separately. So I guess you could put these on your face separately, especially if you were doing an eye look with it, because you could use a very, you know, small brush like I'm using. I think it would be harder to do on the face, but you could. Those are the 4 shades. Here's the white. Here's what I would say like is a sort of like a golden peach. Here's the pink, and here's the lavender. All right, well, I'm gonna blend it. I'm gonna blend it for highlighter. I'm gonna use a dense brush so we can see how it looks. This is a new brush to me. This is a Hakuhodo brush. This is the G5518. It is a more densely packed specific brush, but I'm gonna run it across, just kind of go like this. And let's see what it does. Oh, it definitely has a little bit of sparkle. I think that comes from the lavender shade in there. Wow, that's a sparkly, you can see it right there on the cheek. That definitely comes from the purple. I don't see as much of that in the other shades. Now I'm gonna take more of this side, like the white and the, yep. There's more shimmer, less, that's what you'd say, glitter. Whoa, wow, that's blinding. You see that? Wow, look at that. Okay. Now I'm using a very dense brush on purpose because I want you to be able to see it, but yeah, that definitely gives like, as a highlighter, not luminizer kind of thing, if you do it with a dense brush. I can fan it out a little, take a brush like this one, just kind of soften it a little, but still that's a bright, bright highlight. I'll use it all over the face at the end with a very fluffy brush, but I think you can see that that can definitely be a highlighter, not necessarily a all over glow as well. And I think we can do both, but we'll see. All right, so let's take you in, do the eye look. Okay, eye look time. I'm not gonna do anything outlandish today because I don't feel like outlandish today. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go in with this shade here, not the deepest, but a big fluffy Rose and Ben brush. I don't remember which number this is, but it's, oh, here it is, E29. Yeah, it's definitely pigmented. This is more pigmented than the Luxury Pillow Talk. There's an ice cream truck. My camera cut me off while I was saying there is a ice cream truck outside my neighborhood. It's not that warm today. I'm outside of Boston and it's in the 50s. So for me, a little cool for ice cream, but it is spring break for the kids. So that is probably why there's an ice cream truck. I live in a very, very idyllic neighborhood. It's only 6 years old, which is unusual for New England. If you know anything about New England, everything here is old. Seriously, I grew up here, so I grew up like 3 miles away from where I currently am. Everything's old. It just is. Everything's old. And I like that. I like the fact that everything's kind of eclectic and different and old. I'm gonna take the deepest shade here. And this is a Anti-Hot and Flashy A504, which is a relatively small brush. And this was a farm. And let's see, 7 years ago, the elderly gentleman who owned this land and this farm passed away. And when he did, his kids decided they didn't want to keep the farm going and didn't want to, you know, keep the land. So they sold it and made it into house lots. And there are 30, 35 houses, something like that, in this little community. And it's this U-shaped cul-de-sac kind of, well, not a cul-de-sac, it's a U shape, but it's this little community. And it's, you know, it's all flat and big trees and nice houses, and it looks like something that was built, except for the houses being larger than they would have been in the 50s. That's what it looks like. It's weird because there's like a school nearby, like right down the street, and there's lots of kids. So yes, it's not surprising that the ice cream truck is here. It kind of makes me want to go get an ice cream. But anyway, I don't really eat ice cream. Halloween is insane on our street. Like seriously, hundreds of kids, because other neighborhoods leave their, like they'll park at the end of the U, and the kids will do the whole, I think it's like 35, maybe it is 40 houses, I don't know. But, and they'll do the whole, you know, the whole neighborhood. It's hilarious. It's like the perfect neighborhood to go trick-or-treating. But anyway, kids very much like it. So yes, the ice cream truck is here all the time in the summer. And that's why I was like, it's not the summer yet, but I guess spring break. So, all right, so we're gonna take, and I'm talking to myself, we're gonna take this pink lavender shade, and we're gonna put this, now I will say this particular shade, although really pretty, and I really like it, you need to kind of press it on your eye. If you don't, you'll get tons of fallout. It does not a creamy sparkle shade. It's a powdery one. And if you do like I'm doing now and sort of pounce it into the eye, it's fine. If you try to like sweep it on the eye, at least with my eyelids, maybe because my eyelids are dry, it kind of went everywhere when I was on my trip. So I was like, oh, well, that did not work. So yeah, I would suggest kind of like pressing it into the eye. It's very pretty. I mean, it's a beautiful like bronzy pink. It's really nice. All right, and then I'm gonna take the lightest shade, and I'm going to use that with my finger, and I'm also going to use it on the inner corner. So first we'll put it over the whole eye, which kind of just lightens everything up. I like that kind of aesthetic. I like, you know, a deeper like underneath and then something on top that lightens it up. And then we'll take the lightest shade and just kind of put it here. Like it's a very light lavender pink. It's very pretty. Soften this up. And like I said, I'm not doing a very complicated look. I didn't do a gradation, and I could have just put the lightest shade on the lid and deepened up the, you know, today it was more of just a, let me show you how it looks on the eye. But I wanted you to see that it is pigmented. It's more pigmented than I'd say a lot of her shadows are. So I think, you know, if you're looking for one that's more like the Fire Rose, this is absolutely worth picking up. And I really, really like the color story on this. It's Pillow Talk, but it's a more enhanced Pillow Talk. It has more depth to it than some of the other ones that I've seen. So I really, really like it. I'm gonna show you the wands on my face as well. So I'm gonna look very sparkly today. Be very, very sparkly. But let me first take a little bit of the deepest shade in here and use that as a liner. I can hear that truck. That is hilarious. We don't get spring break. We don't get that. Actually, I don't get a lot of holidays that everyone else gets. I'm like, nope, we don't have that off either. And nope, don't have that off either. I'm gonna take a little bit and use that first shade that we use sort of as a lower lash line. And I know I look very shiny, but I think that's what today's look is gonna be because we have a lot of shiny products. Okay, so let me show you on the back of my hand these different shades. So let's first do Pillow Talk. If you haven't seen these wands, they're squeeze wands. They have like this applicator at the top. You have to open them. And then when you open them, you squeeze and the shade will come out. Be careful not to put too much, don't squeeze too much because it stays on that little applicator and then, you know, it's there forever. So there's the Pillow Talk. I can still hear that truck. Oh my goodness. Okay, here's Pinkgasm. Do you hear it? Here's Pinkgasm. You have to hear that. Right? Just, that's hilarious. Okay, Spotlight. Spotlight's, I think, my favorite shade. So I think it's also my oldest. So here's Pillow Talk, Pinkgasm, Spotlight. Spotlight's like a rose gold. This is the medium Pillow Talk, which I've never used. So I'm gonna have to squeeze this one a little bit because I've never used it before. So it'll take a little bit to get it going. There we go. That's Pillow Talk medium. It's gonna be too deep for me to use as a true highlighter, but I was kind of thinking of it as a liquid blush, highlight and blush. And then last is Peachgasm, which is a great shade. So we've got Pillow Talk, Pinkgasm, Spotlight, Pillow Talk Deep or 2, and then Peachgasm. Those are all the shades. And like I said, I don't have the Goldgasm. It's the only one I'm missing. And then the contour. So you saw I put a little bit of bronzer on my face, but you can still go over it with this contour. This contour, although cool, is not that cool. It's got some warmth to it. So I can use this one, or I have used it anyway, as a bronze tour because it's not as cool as some of my others. I have, you know, like the Amber in the Fenty, or the Biscuit in the Westman Atelier, or the Happy Soul in the Rare Beauty that are cool, very cool. This one, it's cool, but I think it has enough warmth in it that you don't have to just use it as a contour. So I'm careful with it not to use it too much as a contour because I feel like it does have a little bit of bronze to it. So I don't place it here because that's too much of like a bronze. And I don't place it I kind of put it a little bit in between. That's the best way I'm trying to explain it. All right, so that's the contour. Like I said, there's lots of products out there that are contour bronzes that I call bronze tours that have enough cool that they work, but a little bit of bronze. And it works if you have like a fair skin tone that's cool leaning, that tends to work. Depending on your undertones though, those things might look too muddy or too orange. It just depends, frankly, on how it plays off of your skin. Color story is an interesting thing. I have seen a lot of folks lately talking about color story. Take this like a pink highlighter or a pink blush and put it right under their eyes. And I just want to say that there's nothing wrong with beauty hacks. They're all over TikTok, right? You know, you put your entire face like with a brown shade and then you put white over it. Or you use a spoon to draw a line on your eye. That's fine. You want to play around with beauty hacks. There's nothing wrong with that. But the thing about pink is if you look at what shades cancel other shades, green cancels red. So I use the green corrector from Chanel every once in a while. My skin gets really red with rosacea because that cancels a red shade. Pink cancels brown. So if you have brown under your eyes or tan or discoloration that's brown, the pink will help cancel it. However, if you have yellow, you need something that's more purple. And if you have purple, you need more yellow. So pink is not going to do you any good if you have purple under your eyes. Just saying. If you're talking about brown spots and discoloration, like I have, most people do, you have discoloration on your skin as you get older because of, you know, sun damage, pink will help cancel that, which is why you can put like pink blush on your cheeks or a pink-ish highlighter or a lavender highlighter or glow that will help cancel the brown and the yellow in your skin from the sun damage. But putting it right under your eye, it only helps if you're trying to cancel brown. That's what pink cancels. So I'm not going to tell you guys not to put pink under your eye. You can put pink under your eye if you want to, but I don't think that's going to work for everybody. I'm just saying. So just, you know, think about it before you do it. If you want to put pink under there though, by all means, go ahead. Okay, so I'm going to use the new Pillow Talk one as like a blush. I know I already have some blush on, but I'm going to be very gleamy and blushy today. Here we go. The Pillow Talk 2. And I'm just going to use a little bit. Guys, I'm not against like all the fun stuff on TikTok. I think that's great. I'm glad people are playing with makeup and enjoying it. It's just that be careful who you trust. No, just recognize that, you know, these things are meant to get views a lot of the time. And I understand that. I have a channel. I like people watching my stuff. But especially on a thing like TikTok where it's like 5 seconds, they don't really go into why they're doing it. And it might look good on them. It might look good on camera, but it doesn't necessarily mean it works for real life. And just, you know, just saying. Okay, so that is my very shiny, very shiny, very dewy, Pillow Talky look. And it is. It's a very pink, you know, pinky, lavendery kind of look. Too much highlighter here. It accentuates some of my texture. If I were to use this product by myself and I wasn't trying to show it to you, I would use as dense of a brush. I would just go in with a much lighter hand, which I'm going to do all over at the end because I want to see how it looks as like an all over like highlight. I'll do it before I put lipstick on. So let me curl my lashes really quick and we'll do the mascara. All right, let's try this Pillow Talk mascara. I'll just do one eye and then I'll do the other eye off camera. Yeah, again, guys, I'm not against hacks and all that good stuff. And I think there are some clever ideas out there. I just, a lot of times, you know, the reasoning behind some of these things isn't explained and you're like, you try it and it looks terrible and you think you're doing something wrong. You haven't done anything wrong. Some of these things would just work for some people and not others. All right, so I'm gonna use this. See, the reason I don't like this brush is it's very prickly. It's a very prickly brush. And I, you know, admit I have long lashes. So I don't spend a lot of time doing my lashes because, yeah, I admit it, I'm lucky. I was born with long lashes. They were long when I was a child. They are long now. So I have over the years not cultivated a lot of patience doing my mascara. And so I like to go in quickly. I like to have a brush that works easily, that I can just, you know, run through my lashes and not worry about. I do not want something that I have to be meticulous with or I'm gonna poke myself in the eye and hurt myself, because this is the kind of brush that will do that. Now, I will also say this is the kind of brush that will get all your lashes because it's like a comb. You know what I mean? Like when you use a brush on your hair versus a comb on your hair, there are so many more little combs in this brush that it does pick up my lashes. I will say that. and it coats them. I can see myself, you know, I'm gonna do this quickly, or I would, and I know I would poke myself. I can already feel it. But if you're looking for a comb-like brush, you want something that's more like lengthening, I think that does that. You can see the difference between the two. It's not like I think it's a bad mascara. It absolutely does grab the lashes and, you know, coats them. But I just don't like a comb type of brush. I'm much more of like Jones New York, Calorie, what's the other one that I really like? Jones New York, Calorie, Rare Beauty, although you can't get that one off. But anyway, so let me do the other eye and I'll do lower lashes and then we'll come right back. Okay, Pillow Talk mascara is on. Let's take this Romance Light and use it all over the face. I'm gonna use a very fluffy brush. This is the FO9 Chikuhodo brush. And I'm just gonna kind of lightly dust like that. Yeah, absolutely you can use this with a light fluffy brush and you just get that gorgeous all over kind of glow, which I really like. There seems to be some particles of glitter in here, but I can't tell at the moment if that is from the Pillow Talk eyeshadow or if it's from the compact. So I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit more, but it does look very pretty. And it does give a very glowy look. I will say using it as a highlighter, a specific dense brush is going to give you a very blingy look. Plus, I also have the Pillow Talk number 2 as like almost like a blush highlighter, and I have on the cheek balm and so everything's looking extra glowy today. So lip liner, I have Pillow Talk somewhere. I don't know where it is. So I'm gonna use Iconic Nude. It'll give us the closest, I think, of the ones that I have to Pillow Talk. Yeah, I don't know where my Pillow Talk liner is. It's so weird. I have it. I have like two. I have Pillow Talk and like a deeper pillow. Anyway, doesn't matter. I also have, I could find Love Trap and Hollywood Honey, but I just felt like those would be too much. It would take away from the look. So then I'm going to use the Pillow Talk in the thin, I forget what these are called. I forget what the name of these are. But anyway, more of that shiny, satiny, glossy kind of look instead of the matte. All right, so what do we think overall, other than my hair, which is doing weird things? So I would say this is a little too dewy for me. Maybe because my skin is really dry and I'm just not used to it. But it's definitely, you know, very highlighty, very blingy, but that's because I use multiple products that have that kind of feel to them. The eyeshadow, I think, is really pretty quad. If you're looking for something more like Fire Rose, I would suggest it. It is more pigmented. It definitely has more oomph to it than many of her quads. The wands are all excellent. Seriously, all of them. Pick up the shade that you think you prefer. I showed you on the back of my hand. Love them all. The cheek balm, Color of Dreams. It looks very much like Vital Beige and the Chanel. I really like the formula of it. I think it looks really nice on the cheeks. On a pale person like myself, it looks like a really flushed look, really, really pretty. And I like the formula of it. This highlighter, I think, is beautiful, and I think it definitely can be more, as you can see, highlighty, or you can do an overall glow with it. I want to play around with a little bit more and find out if that glitter, it feels like glitter, is coming from this or if it's coming from the eyeshadow, because I'm not quite sure right now. But there are micro glitters. I think it's from the eyeshadow, because the eyeshadow does have that. And I didn't notice it when I swatched the highlighter on the back of my hand, but I'll have to see. I'm not so sure. The mascara. The mascara is good if you like that type of wand, like a comb wand. If you don't like that, like I don't, you're just, I mean, you won't like the mascara because the formula is fine. It's a little dry, but it's fine. And yeah, and Pillow Talk lipstick is ubiquitous. It's, you know, everywhere. So I think those are the new things. Forgetting anything? I think that's it. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.